Shane, homeowners, business owners, or renters that live next to or work next to a sidewalk ultimately bear responsibility for taking care of that portion. Now, the majority of these fires are kind of happening right in the center. Here's Yakima Valley Community College, and the fires are happening around 15th Avenue, intersecting with Ham and Pleasant. The tow truck driver says the suspect was trying to get out of the wrecked patrol car, but he put his full body weight against the door to keep him locked in there. Thanks, Shane. It is great to be back at the fair. I'm here now with Connie Boger. Connie is the co-owner of Animal Specialties, and this is their third year here, coming all the way from Arkansas. Connie, what brings you back here? Enrique says he installed cameras to try to catch whoever is doing this graffiti, but within 1 week, the suspects stole the cameras. State and federal government leaders settled upon a new set of deadlines, calling this the consent decree. But for a while now, the federal government has been saying they're not going to make these requirements. Meredith, I have in my hand here a bracelet that was first designed on a computer, and then that file was sent to a 3D printer, and now it's a physical object in my hand. It's a ritual Ed Gaffro loved, taking Oreo for their early morning walks along the train tracks until one morning shattered that peace.
There was no chance for defense at all because you got one on this arm, one on this leg, and one on that leg, and you're just getting tore apart.
3 vicious pit bulls knocked Oreo out of Ed's arms and then went for the human kill.
I was just about ready to give up. I was about ready to just call it quits. I was so worn out from those dogs just throwing me all over the place.
Then a silhouette over the fence, Ed says, like an angel that came to save his life.
And it looked like Ed was in the fight of his life.
Dave Garza was working nearby. Dave Garza says he heard yelling and then came out to see this horrible attack. He says he just couldn't stand by and watch someone get hurt like that, so he picked up the biggest stick he could find and just started beating off the dogs.
I just remember screaming at him, "You got to get up," and he got up to his feet. He let out one big old groan and gave it all he got. Got up to his feet and grabbed the back of my shoulders, and we kind of led him back to the fence.
When I saw him, it just juiced me up. It made me come alive again. It gave me a second wind.
They managed to get to the other side of the fence, and that's when the dogs backed off. Police and ambulances quickly arrived, and Oreo stayed right by Ed's side
Good boy.
as he was rushed to the hospital.
I'm just thankful I'm still alive right now today.
Ed's on the mend, and the two men will never be the same. Some changes for the worse, like nightmares and frightening flashbacks.
We were just watching TV, and they showed like a wolf with blood on it, and
Yeah.
it made me instantly think of
Yeah.
coming around the corner and shining the light on you.
But some changes for the better. Like a newfound friendship that will last forever. Well, Meredith, there's no white flurries coming down at the moment, but earlier today it was a totally different story. In fact, driving through the lower valley was a little bit hairy, and Washington State Patrol says there were several weather-related collisions earlier today. Pat Schellenberger knows these roads like the back of his hand.
We run them every day. Every time we come on shift, we're out running the roads, whether or not they're weather. We're looking for road debris, hazards, accidents.
That's why when things get dicey, like the slick roads earlier today, Pat is out at 2:30 in the morning plowing and salting. The State Department of Transportation says they were just expecting a trace of snow, but the lower valley was hit hard, some places accumulating 4 to 6 inches of snow.
This was kind of a surprise. We actually got more here than we did down in Upper Valley or down in Prosser area.
DOT says they have 300 lane miles to take care of in the lower valley. They have 6 trucks and 15 crew members working around the clock during these winter months.
Once the temperature rises and things start melting off, of course, then we're good to go. Hopefully the traffic will dry the roads out after that.
The roads are better now, but State Patrol tells me between the hours of 6 and 11:30, there were 53 weather-related car accidents near Sunnyside. The State Department of Transportation says they typically go through 600 tons of salt a year, but it's been considerably less so far as we've had a pretty mild winter. Live in Yakima, Laura Murray, NBC Right Now.
It's devastating.
It's unimaginable pain and suffering, but with love for each other and precious memories of their smiling summer, a family gets through tragedy.
She was just happy-go-lucky. That's why she's named Summer, because she was always smiling, you know, and everybody loved her.
I always wanted to be like Summer.
36-year-old Summer Raffo was driving to a friend's house to help with a horse when the mudslide swept her away. Summer's brothers and cousins dug with their own hands for 5 whole days until they found the blue Subaru with Summer's body inside. Summer was a newlywed, a horse whisperer, and the best friend to her mother, Ray.
Telling her, I said, we're going to bring her home. We're going to get her out and bring her home. Oh, we did.
Through their grief and tears, the family clings to each other for support and strength.
Just looking at my kids and thanking God that we are still here and we still have the family that we do have, and that we're here for each other.
Until the day Flo says they'll see Summer again.
She's up there riding her horse with wings on it, waiting for us to get up there to ride with her. Oh, I said, well, I'll be up there riding wagon horses.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight on NBC Right Now. I'm Laura Murray. We start with big news tonight coming out of Kennewick. A murder suspect has been taken into custody. The Tri-Cities Regional SWAT team, along with several other law enforcement agencies, assisted in serving a warrant at 3606 West 7th Avenue in Kennewick. Don Grenice joins us now live from the scene. Don, who is this man? For the 3rd time this year, the Yakima Police Department is involved in an officer-involved shooting. It happened last night when police say a man they were trying to issue a warrant on attempted to run over the officers with his car. Chris Luther went to the scene of the shooting and shows us how it all happened.
And he throws a no-hitter at what is considered in baseball old age. Very cool.
I can't even imagine what that would feel like.
To throw a
Just
no-hitter?
on top of the world, yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't beat it. I mean, it's a very, very select group of people who've done that in history.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, congratulations to him.
Congratulations, John.
We'll be right back.
They're still in his prime, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Adam Sandler will always be in his prime.
Yes.
Well, Greg, I'm really excited about this last story because I thoroughly enjoyed the video
Yeah?
in this story. So boats were made from plywood and duct tape, and they sailed off in Key West today.